Okay, the third and fifth term of the expansion, that's critical. They said expansion are 420 and 2,184 respectively. So I'm going to try to understand what I've just read and go to the whiteboard to do it. And let me see if I can handle that. And I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write the expansion down now. And the expansion of 1 minus x to the nth power. So let's see if we can write that down. And it's a binomial expansion, right? So it's going to be 1 minus nx plus, here comes the tough part, right? So it's going to be, I know it's going to be x squared, by the way. I'm going to put the binomial coefficient down now. And that's going to be n factorial, 2 factorial, and then n minus 2 factorial. You know what? I want to maybe write the beginning ones down like that too, by the way, just so I see a pattern. So I'm going to say the first one is x to the 0. You get n factorial, n factorial. Actually, I shouldn't have wrote that down. I want to do it in the same order. And I'll write the same order. 0 factorial, and then n minus 0 factorial. The next term is going to be minus n factorial, 1 factorial, n minus 1 factorial, x to the 1, plus n factorial, 2 factorial, n minus 2 factorial, x squared, minus, and keep writing these down for you, n factorial, 3 factorial, n minus 3 factorial, that's going to be x cubed. So I'm going to go back and read that to you and say that they said something about the third and the fourth term. And I got to go back and read that myself. I can't remember. It said the third and the fourth term. I'm sorry, third and fifth term. So let's see if we got the third term. So 1, 2, we got the third term. Let's write this down. So the third term, they said is 420. And that's going to equal to n factorial over 2 factorial, n minus 2 factorial, and then we got x squared. All right? So I'm going to say that's not so bad to write down. I'm not going to say I know the answer to it yet, but I'm going to write down the fifth term now. And I got to go back and look at the paper. And it says it's, oh my God, that's a big number. 21840. That's a terrible number. And I'm going to write the fifth term down now. So n factorial. And by the way, when I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know the fifth one down, but I can write it down. And that's going to be plus 2, right? So we get, let's see, 4 factorial. And then n minus 4 factorial. All right? So I got troubles here. And my troubles is I need to simplify these expressions. And I'm going to do the one that's easier for me, and that's the first one. And that's going to be, I multiply both sides by 2. And 2 factorial is 2, by the way. I get 840. And then n factorial over n minus 2 is going to be n minus 1. And why is that? You'd have n minus 2 factorial, n minus 2 factorial. We'll just cancel off. Let me erase that out. That's kind of convenient. Now, the other one's a little more complicated because the numbers are just outrageous, all right? So I'll write it down for you. I'm going to say 24. And the reason that 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2, which is 24, times 21840 is equal to, we got to be careful here now. It's going to be n minus 1, n minus 2, and then n minus 3. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the x squared here. Sorry about that. N minus 3. And that would be, I forgot to put it over here too. That would be x4. Sorry about that. all right? Wow. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to divide the two. Let's put that down. So I'm going to write n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, x to the 4 equals 24, 21840. I'm going to divide by 840, and 840 is the same thing as n minus 1 x squared. Well, this could be a dead end, but let's take a look. The n's cancel, n minus 1 cancels, and you're left off with, oh, you know what? The x's cancel too, not all of them though, you get x squared. So you're left with n minus 2, n minus 3, x squared. Before I say anything, I want to point out n, they're going to be positive integers. Okay? So let's take a look at that. The other side's going to kill me, though. I'll tell you, it looks awful. And I'm going to maybe just do some reductions. But I'm assuming it's going to work out pretty nicely. And I guess the first thing to do is, I guess I could divide through by 10 pretty rapidly. Let me do that. All right, I can do that pretty quickly. I think I can divide by 2 pretty rapidly too, by the way. So this would be 42, and this would be 12. And I think I can divide by 2 again. This would be 21, and this would be 6. And then I could divide by 3. This would be 7, and this would be 2. That's not so bad. And then I'm going to divide 7, do it on the side for you, into 2184. 3, you get 21. You get 8, that would give you 1. 7, that gives you 1. 14, you get 2. So what do I left off with? I'm left off with 2 times 3, 1, 2. I'm looking at this thing, and I want to erase some of my chicken scratch work over. I don't need that anymore. If I made a mistake, though, I'd probably say, gee, I wish I saved that. But I got something pretty nice. I can look at the 312. I don't want to factor it. 312. You may wonder why I'm trying to factor it. I'm trying to find 2 consecutive integers that go together nicely. And let's take a look at this. So I'm going to say 2, and that's going to be 156, right? And then I'm going to do 2 again. And that's going to give me, what, 78, right? And let's see what that gives me. I'm going to do 2 again. And 78, I get 35, 39, right? And then I get 3 and 13. By the way, 13s can't be broken up, but I'm trying to find a 12 next to it, or maybe a 14 next to it. And the reason that I see consecutive integers over here. But I'm thinking I'm not going to get a 14, but I could get a 12. So I want to write that down for you. So I'm going to write the 13 down. I write a 12 down. So I see the 13, not much I can do about that, and that would be the 12. All right, so what does that give you? Times 2. All right, so I think I know the n at this point. And someone says, how do you know that? You're looking at it. So the n has to be 15. And why is that? What am I getting over here? I would get 15 minus 2, which is 13, 15 minus 3, which is 12. That's working out beautifully. The x is a little bit tricky, by the way. I want to point out why it's tricky. Because we're squaring it. What could it be? Well, looking at it, oh, by the way, I think I made a mistake somewhere. I forgot this 2 over here. Sorry about that. That's 2 squared. I was just at 312. Sorry about that. So the x squared is actually 2 squared. So what could the x be? The x could be 2, or the x could be minus 2. And that's it. We found all the values. n is 15, x is plus or minus 2. Thank you.